The phone rang that afternoon, and Mama almost dropped it. Her daughter from Canada was on the line. Perched on the edge of her bed, wrapper loose, one hand on her chest, she listened as the news landed. Mama had just been promoted to grandmother. Not just any grandmother, a Canadian grandmother. Within minutes, the entire compound knew. Mama burst out into the yard, wrapper tied tight, feet kicking up dust, hands raised to heaven. Neighbors gathered, clapping and laughing. The goat in the corner watched, unsure if this was a wedding or a miracle. Mama shouted between dance steps, "Canada has entered my bloodline." But this celebration had been months in the making. Back when the dream first began, Mama marched into the passport office like a woman on a secret mission. She sat fanning herself with a church program, guarding her nylon bag of documents as if the officer might run away with them. When that passport finally came, Mama didn't just keep it to herself. She climbed the middle of the compound, waved it in the air, and made sure even the goat understood she was now an international woman. Packing day was pure war. Her bedroom turned into a market stall. Wrappers, frying pan, pestle and mortar, nylon of Gary. She climbed on the suitcase, jumping like a wrestler, refusing to let the zipper disgrace her. Then came the prayers. Pastor stood over her in the living room, hand on her head, bottle of oil trembling on the table. Mama shouted, "Amen," so loudly even the dried fish in her bag felt blessed. The day of departure was another festival. Neighbors lined the roadside, loading her taxi with a cooler of jollof rice, tubers of yam, plantain, and a live chicken that was clearly not excited about the trip. At the airport, confusion set in immediately. Mama dragged 3 heavy suitcases, a handbag, and a cooler, zigzagging through the crowd like she was in Belogan Market. Her scarf slipped off as she searched for signs that spoke her language. Security stopped her in her tracks. Out came the bottle of palm oil and her trusty pestle. Mama placed both hands on her chest, pleading like she was in court. The queue behind turned into her audience. Then came the escalator. One foot hovered in fear, while her suitcase rode ahead like a loyal servant. Mama gripped the rail for dear life, eyes wide like she'd just seen a miracle. Boarding the plane was the next battle. The overhead bin refused her oversized handbag, but Mama refused to give up. Passengers behind were shifting feet until the flight attendant surrendered and took the bag. Finally, she sat by the window, gal slightly bent from the journey, unwrapping snacks from home. She gazed at the clouds outside and smiled to herself. Puff puff in the sky. God is truly an artist. Months later, she would get that Canada call, the one that sent her dancing in the dust,